When I lived in the UK, I had a bit of a thing for fighting games. I grew up in a British coastal town and I played a lot of Street Fighter 2 in the arcade there as a kid, but it was Garrow Mark of the Wolves that first truly hooked me on fighting games. When I lived in Blackpool, I competed at small-time tournaments around the Blackpool and Manchester area for Ultra Street Fighter 4, Mortal Kombat 9 and Dead or Alive 5. I actually managed to come third a couple of times, but I never achieved much more than that. I've spent a long time looking for a solid mobile fighting game, but most of the offerings here, like Tekken, Mortal Kombat and Skullgirls, are just stripped down versions of their console PC selves, and they don't quite scratch that itch. Of course, SNK have made mobile ports of several of their most prominent fighting games, but nothing developed for mobile seems to truly come close to what I've been looking for. Well, except for one game, still in early beta, and that's the one I'm here to talk about today. Ahoy there, Captain Benzie here, coming at you with a video to look at Hero vs, a fighting game designed for mobile from the ground up. If you enjoy any of my videos, please do let me know by hitting like on them, and do consider subscribing to this channel for all things mobile gaming. Let me know what content you'd like to see, either in the comment section down below, or on the various social media channels along the bottom of your screen now. That said and done, let's jump right in. Hero vs has been in beta for a while, but you won't find it on the Google Play Store. No, you'll need to head to the Hero vs website and Discord. Details are in the description below if you fancy jumping in and giving this one a go with me. Now, a lot of mobile fighting games automate most of the combat or hide the mechanical aspect of the fight behind cards and upgrades. Hero vs, on the other hand, sticks to that tried and tested old school idea of button presses, combos and arcade sticks, but with a twist. Rather than complex stick and button inputs, being built for mobile, Hero vs uses taps and swipes for different special moves. Every character has moves assigned to forward swipes, backward swipes, up and down swipes, and then many have different variations for swipe and hold gestures too. Taps are used for your basic combos, and there are several buttons along the bottom of the screen for various special moves and your supers. Inputs are simple, which means that the focus is on the actual combat and outsmarting your opponent, rather than whether or not you have the finger dexterity to do a quarter circle A into a back Z, B and C press, or some other crazy input. Now, this will always be a controversial situation in the fighting game community. There are many in the FGC who thrive on those complex inputs and long combo strings, but I have to confess to having a preference for simplicity. For me, the thrill of a fighter is in the mind games outsmarting my opponent, not in my ability to pull off complex maneuvers with my slowly aging fingers. Hero vs achieves this really well, I feel, and with style. The game is set in an alternative version of the 1940s, with the story revolving around Hitler and the Nazis, empowered by a demonic entity chasing Albert Einstein and an ancient powerful artifact. Yeah, it's a fighting game. If you expected anything other than some ridiculous nonsensical B-movie plotline, then you've not been paying attention to the genre. But Hero vs even designs this for mobile. Rather than extensive processing-heavy cutscenes, the story unfolds through beautifully drawn comic strips that are unlocked with jigsaw pieces earned through gameplay. Now, speaking of gameplay, things are still very early for Hero vs, but already there's a well-fleshed-out survival mode and the start of an arcade mode. Netcode for online matches isn't perfect, but it is surprisingly solid for a game this early on in development. There are 11 vibrant characters already in the game, with a 12th announced and more already on the way, and each character has skins that then change up their movesets. As an example, Main Boy Lee, our prerequisite Chinese martial artist, has a skin that gives him Nunchaku, which drastically alter his basic combos and change up several of his specials too. Beyond Lee, we have a wide variety of characters, from Linda, a Soviet special operative, to Bronze 18, a mechanical brawling statue, to Lucas, a Nazi werewolf. In arcade mode, I'm certain I even came across Mahatma Gandhi himself. This weird and colourful variety is the staple of any good fighting game and encompasses a plethora of different playstyles. Currently, most of the cast are unlocked alongside the aforementioned comic books, but some do require gold, which is earned through gameplay, or premium currency gems, but these can also be earned through managing to pull off some insane combo strings in the character tutorials. Hero vs still has a long way to come, for sure. The menus are a bit clunky and could do with a bit of polish to make them look that little bit more professional. The game has no soundtrack yet, which is something that I am very much looking forward to, and there are likely to be a few character balance changes apparently, from discussions on the game's Discord, but I'm certainly not qualified to comment on these. The game has a great community behind it and a team of passionate devs squirreling away at what they hope will be mobile's first competitive fighter. Certainly, the team have already pitched up at several big-name fighting tourneys to showcase the game and try and bring new players in for testing. This is already a strong start to the game's community, and as development continues, this is bound to only get stronger. By the time the game hits live, this genuinely could be the definitive fighting game on mobile. If you're into fighting games, I wholeheartedly recommend joining the Hero vs Discord and downloading the game using the links below. Understand that this is not a finished product, and that you will need to hit up that Discord for PvP fights, but the developers will benefit from as much feedback and support as we can give them. It's early days for Hero Versus, but with the right mix of dedication and determination, and a sprinkling of luck, I genuinely believe that this could be the first killer fighting game on the mobile platform, maybe one day even taking one of the main stages at EVO or at Combo Breaker. Happy sailing, and see you in the dojo!